Austin, remember when you talked about these story creator things that you could put into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then everybody started doing farming XP quests and stuff like that?
Oh, yes.
And we were like, they're going to put a stop to that real fast.
Yep.
Well, guess what? They're putting a stop to it.
Yep. Yes, they are.
They're like, no, you can't farm XP and do this, which is hilarious because they thought everybody would make really cool, exciting quests like people do with Super Mario Maker, make fun, exciting Mario creations. No, instead, they are going to shut that down. They don't want you to do it. Ultimately, it sounds like that what they're going to do. So there's a quote from somebody on this form announcement. They say, these exploits risk jeopardizing the overall quality, integrity, and purpose of Story Creator Mode and result in less visibility for the creative, interesting, and frankly fantastic community stories that have been published. It sounds like because there's so many farming ones that people want to play just to up their XP, the other ones that people actually are putting time into are being like diminished, and also they're not making as much money on XP boost probably too. So they're like,
this is
we're gonna cut this down.
So if this is happening, obviously you have a problem with your game. Why are people doing this? They find a need to boost the XP because it's so freaking hard to get from one level to the next. And I went in there the other day just to kind of like, oh, okay, because I'm like 2 levels behind, right? Because I'm getting through some of these quests that are higher level than I am. Because obviously with the combat, it's kind of, and some know-how, you can defeat some of these enemies, even though you're like a lesser level and you don't do as much damage. So I was like, well, let me go like to some of these quests, and I wanted to make a video off of this because we covered it in the podcast a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and they were gone. And I was like, I bet you anything they're about to get rid of them. Yep, lo and behold, here it is. They smoked them. Take this shit out. And they want to make that money off of this. This game was designed to have this kind of progression, so people who want to get through the story and or be the best will buy the XP boosts. And that really pisses me off. It's like, why is there a game? Why do we have a game? We have a game to play and have fun. And if you're not doing that and it requires extra stuff, like that's pretty shitty. Like you design it in a way to make people want to buy extra stuff that they don't need. Been doing a lot of thinking about this, Brett. Like back in the day, a video game company made a game because they wanted to make a game that people would like and they would make money off of that. And now people just turn it into a business to milk money off of us.
Yeah.
And it really pisses me off. And it's like, man, it's kind of hard to enjoy a game that apparently people really enjoy when you can't get, you can only get to a certain part before you got to run around and just kill beasts and kill men. And, luckily there are a lot of side quests, but then you're doing like hours of side quests just to get to the next main mission. For me, it's not fun. That's just not fun.
I guess at this point, it's like, well, do you want to play it?
Yeah.
To get through the story, or do you want to just like give up because it's too much bullshit you have to deal with to get through the game? And it sounds like it might be the latter. So
surprise.
I mean, I understand trying to minimize it and stuff like that. I think what they should do is just have like a category. Like rather than getting rid of them, just say, all right, you can filter it by XP boost maps or story-based maps, and just let people farm XP anyway.
And it's bullshit because now
they don't want to make the money off of it.
Exactly. Oh, it's bullshit because nowadays people who want to find these cool stories will make an article about it or a video about it, and then tell you where to go find these cool stories out in the map. Because you can't link to it, right? So you have to here it is on the map. You can find it here. Easy.
Sort of easy. Because I'm sure there's like a shit ton of them in those locations, though.
Right, but there's going to be people who want to cover this content, and they're going to weed it out for you.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I don't understand.
Yeah. I disagree with that statement because I still think there should be some kind of filtering system in some capacity. Because
and
with like Super Mario Maker, like it's going to get crazy. Like they need a better filtering system for that because there is going to be a lot of junk. Like if you look at Far Cry, when they had their map editor system in place, like there was a ton of junk you had to sift through. And basically what I would do is just filter by ratings, and then hopefully the ones that are good like filter up to the top.
Right.
Which is a solution, but it's not an optimal solution because there's still probably some undiscovered ones that haven't been rated yet. How do you go about finding those? Like, I think there should be some kind of like integrity feature where like you actually, there's like, I don't know, like a 10 point, 15 point system or something that analyzes the map using an algorithm that can determine, or the story
I don't think it's gonna work.
to
that way.
determine. I mean, it could.
How do you?
Because
I mean, I don't know anything about the AI stuff for that, but I mean,
Yeah.
how do you determine? Because they all have story to some degree, right? Because the stuff I played is
yeah,
kind of a story. Like there was a long dialogue of this woman repeating the beginning intro to the first Lord of the Rings movie.
yeah.
So it's all dialogue.
But I mean,
Technically,
you
that's
could
story.
put a minimum length maybe. I mean, it sounds like some of these quests in here are you sit there for like a couple minutes and then it's like done.
Some, yeah, but
Yeah.
the ones I played was like you're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah. So it could be based on like the amount. I mean, they could just add filters in there for like if they detect that you're getting too much XP in a certain amount of time, because you know what like general XP delving out should be, and then you could like add flags of like, okay, well you're giving out way too much XP at these moments, so pull it back a little bit, and then this will pass our like rating system or whatever. Or if this quest can be completed in 2 minutes, it's not of the integrity we want it to, so then that also can't pass. So then those just don't ever get published. Because that's one thing that they do have with Super Mario Maker 2 is they have a built-in system where it must go through a checker before it gets published to the internet. So it must be completable and like completely. You have to follow through. You have to go through the whole level. You have to complete the qualifications that you put in place for it, and it has to be checked by yourself before you can actually ever even put it on the store. So having a feature like that, I think could be good. Then you avoid at least the game breaking bugs component. Or if they want to limit the XP boosting, just have a few parameters in there of like minimize that a little bit more so that they can't overly abuse it, but they can still put it out there.
Well, easy fix is fix your XP stuff, and then this wouldn't have happened, and people actually make story content.
Yeah.
So you fucked up.
That's true. I mean, I still don't deny that, because they've had the problem of, I mean, we had that video we put out, like the leveling up and grinding stuff on YouTube, and it's still an issue that people have. And if they just made it to where you get a little bit more XP each time, so you don't have to, but then they lose out on being able to sell their XP boost, so they're not going to want to do that. But they should, because
that's why they tailor the game around the XP or the experience around the XP. So they ain't gonna miss out on the money for that.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
You've done fucked up now.